As I mentioned in my previous videos that I have achieved overall band score 8 and I got 7.5 in my speaking module. So I want to share my speaking experience with you guys. My main IELTS exams speaking section is kind of interesting because my exam was supposed to be conducted around 2:20 p.m. but I got there earlier prior to my examination time. As you guys know that you'll have to be at the exam venue like 30 minutes prior to your main IELTS exam, so I got there earlier, and the person who was supposed to give the exam for speaking module at around 2 p.m. he lost his passport somehow. So I was there, and the main authority who was supposed to be in charge of the entire venue, he was also present because they had some issues with his passport and he couldn't find his passport. So the authority told me if I can give my exam 20 minutes before my exam was registered for. So I thought that I should give my exam because it will help me to overcome my nervous systems. And I also just thought that I should give it a try because even if it's 20 minutes late, then I have to give my exam. So why not give my exam 20 minutes earlier? So I agreed and I went to my exam room, and my speaking test was conducted through a video call. As I remember that he was not from South Asian country. I couldn't remember his name because I was very much nervous at that time, but I still tried to be calm and collected because I knew that if I become nervous, then I would mess up my entire exam and it will have a bad impact in my entire score. So I tried to do deep breathing exercises, which really helps me to calm down a little bit. Then my main exam started. So in the first part of the main exam, he asked me some simple questions from the part one section. So he was very much calm and he was going with a very slower pace at the beginning, but when he noticed that I was able to answer him properly, he started to he started to speak faster, and he started to interrupt my answers multiple times. So it was more like a rapid fire question and answer session. He was asking me one question, I was giving him one answer and one sentence, and he literally just switched to the another question. I have to mention one thing for the future IELTS candidates. If the examiner interrupts you, then don't be nervous. He interrupts you when he thinks that you have given the enough answer to help him give you a band score. So in the cue card section, he asked me a very familiar topic, and it was more like describe a person who you really like to spend time with. So I literally described one of my classmates, and I described it in very simple words. I won't say if you have to use very advanced vocabulary. I would say that speaking exam is all about fluency, coherence, and cohesion. So try to be very fluent in your answers, and if you can, then try to incorporate some advanced words. And I used to read lots of vocabularies from different sources because I thought it will help me to get a higher band score. So I used to write down all of the unfamiliar words that I came across while I was practicing, and it really helps me to get better knowledge about advanced vocabularies, and I used it in my speaking and my writing as well, and I got 7.5 in both of the sections. So if you are comfortable with using advanced vocabularies in your speaking and writing, then try to do it. It will help you to get a higher band score. And for the cue card section, he interrupted me, and he asked me another question. And I have to say one more thing is that you have to speak until your examiner stops you, and this will help you to understand that you have given the enough time for your cue card section. So try to speak as long as your examiner interrupts you, and when he says thank you and then proceeds to the next question, then you can finally relieve yourself that you have answered properly. And for the part three questions, he started to ask me difficult questions, but I was able to answer him, and he interrupted me multiple times. I have to say that my exam was like 20 minutes. It was not less than this time, and I was able to answer each and every questions. But for the last question, he asked me, some relationships are solitary while others are sociable. Why is that? I didn't know about the words meaning solitary, so I was kind of puzzled about how I should address this question. So I asked him, could you please repeat the question? And he repeated his question. When I gave him like one answer in one sentence, he said, "Thank you." Thank you for your time. Then he ended the session. So I was kind of very nervous that if my marks will be reduced because I couldn't finish my answer. But yes, it was all worthwhile. I maybe if I could answer the last question and wouldn't tell him to repeat the question, maybe I could have scored band 8 in my speaking module. But I think my overall experience was very good, and I got a higher band score than I expected. And Alhamdulillah, I am really satisfied with all of my hard works that I put in my IELTS preparation journey. So don't be disappointed. Always believe in yourself. You can do it.